So to create this beautiful reflection of trees reflecting in the water with ripples showing on top, we will be using these colors. So something as warm as this. This is kind of a peachy, very light peachy color. Then we will go through our blues to create the sky into this slightly cooler grayish blue. Then we will go into these more sky blue, warmer blue colors. Plus we will be adding a bit of a brighter blue, so you can go here either warm, either cool, how you prefer. Then I will be using, for the greens, I will be using this warm color for the lightest tree here in front, and then I will be using these warm colors for the lights, and then transitioning through this mid-tone value into my darks. Plus, for the sketch, if you prefer doing a sketch up front, I will be using also this compressed charcoal. In this next texture, we will be talking about reflections. So how do objects reflect from our water surface? In this reference, I have a beautiful landscape with a very still water source and trees reflecting in it. So how do we do that? The first thing that I need to do is I need to sketch out approximately where I'm going to have my trees, where's going to be the water line, and I'm not going to be doing all the landscape here. What I want to show is the reflection of the trees. So here I have the division between my land and water. Over here there's going to be the lightest area where there are grasses. There's also another tree here that is lighter, and then we will have a tree line happening like so. The same tree line will be reflecting in the water, so it's going to be a mirror image of our drawing here. So it's going to be a mirror image of our drawing here reflecting in the water. So let's start by adding the sky and the trees. So for the sky, I'm using this grayish blue. So once again, we're not doing a full landscape. What we're doing is we're just trying to learn how to portray those reflections. Gonna add a bit more saturated blue, sky blue. We're not gonna be doing any clouds or anything here, just a basic sky color. And then even more saturated blue as it gets further higher up. Now we can blend this. If you're lacking pastel, you can always add a subsequent layer. I like working in these very gentle, with this very easy pressure, so gentle pressure, so that I don't oversaturate the tooth of the paper too much immediately. Just a second go. And this also allows me to actually draw the texture of the trees over my sky. So this is going to be showing through in between the trees. So remember which colors you use for the sky, as we will be reflecting those colors in the color of the water. The further away from us the water is in this reference, the lighter it becomes. So closer to us is going to be darker. In this case, we will have the lightest color reflecting closer to the horizon. So I'm going to do that now while I have my colors in place. Again, using the same colors. And if the water is a different color, you can also go greener here, depending on the color of the water. So I'm adding the sky colors that are reflecting. Plus, I will be adding some of those more intense blues as I see them in my water. And it's also reflecting the top of the sky, which we see further away from the horizon, and it's bluer. If it's too bright, you can always tone it down with this bluish gray, and we get the very pleasing color. So I'm blending everything. Again, you might need multiple layers of pastel here to be able to cover the image so that the paper doesn't shine through. It's perfectly fine. I'm toning it down with this bluish gray. And this way we're creating the water. So here, if it's too bright, I can always pass with my reddish blue, and it's going to take away that color intensity. Okay, so we've already established our water and sky. Now what we need to do is we need to start adding the trees. And for that, I'm going to start with my darkest value. I'm going to start adding those trees, the shadows, where I see the shadows of the trees, using the pastel on the side. And I'm using movements, vertical movements, so that I am kind of implying that there are trees there. Here, further away, there is a landmass with trees that are, the bottoms of the trees are in the shadow. So here there is another tree. Okay, and again, you always have to put aside those pastels that you're using so that you can use them again in your reflection. Now I'm moving on to the next color, this brighter green. So the trees are quite warm, even though they're in the distance. I'm using these warm yellows. I want to portray those maybe kind of autumn-ish feel here. Okay, also here we will have the tips of those trees lighter. And here I'm going to use my gray blue to slightly tone it down because they're further away. Okay, next we go into our next value, and we're adding this next color into our trees. The colors here, you don't have to copy the colors that I'm using. Most importantly is that you learn how to portray that landmass in the distance, how to portray those trees. Okay, maybe a bit here, just in some places, like so. Also, there are going to be brighter colors in our trees, so I'm using this yellow-green just to give some accents to the trees. Like so. And then with this lighter color, I'm going to add that warmer tree that's here in the foreground, and those grasses. So to indicate the grasses, what you can do is you can place your pastel and just swiftly pull it up. And that's going to suggest that movement of the grasses. Okay, and here we will need a bit of those shadows as well. So I'm going to use my dark green. So there are going to be shadows in between those patches of grass. Again, with these tiny sweeping motions up, and this tree is going to have some shadows in it as well. Just going to unite the two colors together. And maybe let's add another tree here in the foreground. Okay, so now we have our landmass, and I'm saying that here some places we are lacking those shadows. Maybe we can add more shadows so that our trees look more interesting. So you can always go back to the color that you were working with and add more color when you're working on this kind of surface. Okay, so now we have our trees, our grass And now we need to create the reflection. How do we do that? It's very easy. So where I see the shadows, first we will add that grass in the reflection here, because we will have the grass reflecting first, so it's kind of a mirror image here. And I'm going to slightly blend the two before I start adding new layers on top. So here, if I have too many shadows, I can always go over with my lighter color and kind of take away the darkness of the shadows. Okay, and I'm also going to be using a bit of this brighter yellow to indicate those lighter areas in the grass that catch more light, like so. So it kind of separates a bit. And also on this tree, let's add a bit of lights on this tree as well. Okay, and now we need to start massing in those colors that we see in our trees. So if I have a shadow side of this tree, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add those shadows where I see them in my drawing here. And I'm moving, the movements that I'm doing is vertical, straight down. So I'm moving to the next value. And we'll also go here. And a bit of this darker color reflecting here. Plus we tone it down a bit, the same way we did on top here. We tone it down a bit. Okay, next we have those lighter colors as well in our trees. And then to the lights. Like so. And then we have our lighter tree reflecting here as well. But pay attention that this tree, the one that's reflecting, is not as bright. So I'm gonna tone it down with the green. So now what we can do is with a clean finger, can intensify this feel of reflection by pulling our color down, and at the same time we're moving the water as it lays on the surface, so it's horizontal, and by doing that we're adding the feel of the water laying flat. So if there were more ripples on the water, how would we show that? So for the ripples on the water, what we would do is we would apply our ripples over the surface of the water, over our reflection, in these horizontal movements. And that way we would get a believable reflection, plus some ripples. The further away they get from us, remember, they become smaller. So even though we don't have them in this reference, here we can add some of those ripples showing. And this way we will create the sense of water actually laying flat on the surface.